So, hey everybody, it's Susan from the Social Sales Girls again, and I have another case study of a client of ours. It's just really such an amazing story. This is John. He owns Kangaroo Karry, and I have to tell you, it's a great little product. And it's one of those success stories that just happened. Didn't happen overnight. I'm sure John will tell you, but it happened really fast. Yeah, it really did. Now, we first met John in the Shopify Brand Academy in our free group, and right away I saw that he had a product that had legs that I thought he could really do a lot with, but I could tell from the questions he was asking that he just needed a little help. And so I know, John, now you've gone from wondering if you made like a massive financial mistake by buying all this inventory and starting this business to you actually have the opposite problem. One of the last things you asked me, in the inner circle was, what should I do? Should I pre-sell? Because I'm going to run out of product. And so how cool is that? So I'm just actually going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to ask you, can you tell everybody why you started the business and what the business looked like in terms of sales and traffic when we met you?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I do have a little bit of web development background. I'm kind of outdated because I've been on the same day job for a long time, but I've done a lot of websites for other people over the years, and I was like, I should do something on my own. My wife was kind of interested and supportive of the idea, because I already work from home most days, so that's kind of gives me the flexibility to do side projects, and it's a really great workplace. But it wasn't until we thought of a product that we really wanted to be interested in selling, helping people sell their other products. It's like, well, they're just trying to sell widgets and do the get rich quick thing. And once we had kids, it like opened our world up to all these other products like we never were aware of. And the baby carriers, we saw, well, really when our second kid came, we're like pulling out the baby carriers that we were given, like, they really haven't done anything with these in a while except for change the colors with the seasons. And so that was kind of our inspiration there. Then we came up with a baby product that's pretty unique. One's a little more generic, and that's these that don't sell very well, and the one's definitely more unique, which is
we're going to work
really
on those.
Yeah.
So, but you went all in, right? You spent a lot of money developing your product.
Yeah. So the first product, I was making some samples myself, just the wrap product, and then once I found out I can have them wholesale for more than I was just giving the material for, we kind of invested in those. And then we bought a small batch of product for a show last November, which it was a pretty big investment for a trial run, but it wasn't big. And then we sold really well at our first show. And then in order to get more, we had to order, I think, 500 units, and that was a huge investment. Fortunately, me and my wife we have good paying jobs, and we have a little bit of savings, and we thought, well, if we're going to gamble in our own business, this is the plan of life, it's worth gambling where you can recuperate. But once we restocked and got all those 500 units, we sat on them for a long time. So
you had a website, and you were doing in-person shows.
Yeah. So our goal, we thought we did our homework, is to sell through our local boutique stores. And pretty much right away, the first two doors I knocked on, one was a toy store in our neighborhood. They bought a few and were willing to help us local kids out. Great. And next was a consignment boutique store, and we're now really good friends with those guys. They're willing to put them on their shelves and then sell a few through there. It's like, this is great. So we started going out to our surrounding area, and a lot of positive feedback about the product. But when it came time, so is this something you want to carry in your stores? They would say, oh, not us, but oh, you guys are going to be great. We'll see you in Shark Tank, and we'll have a big house in the middle. And there's a lot of dead ends. And then so we started going to the rep shows. We're in Tacoma, just south of Seattle, so there's a lot of over the winter. It was a good time, we thought. We thought our timing was great to go to all these shows and get signed up with these reps. And we learned that in our industry, the people at the boutique stores, they want to carry clothing, books, and toys and gift items under $10. And anything like gear, which we fall under cribs, strollers, and carriers, is something they might have a few in their store, but they might have been sitting on those for like 1 to 2 years. They don't sell them. They just have them on their shelves. So kind of a gut check there. So we had to focus on, okay, we're going to sell online, which was not the thing we're trying to do. And I knew the obstacles of trying to sell online, get traffic. And then you guys.
So how are you feeling about that? A little deflated?
Oh my goodness, yeah, because well, yeah, we had a lot of overhead because one to investment in the product to get it certified. That was $2,000 there.
Oh,
The business insurance that was $6,000, and we're on a payment plan for that, and we kind of got nervous, and we decided, well, we got to think like a real startup, and what's our runway and what's our budget, what we can do with our personal incomes coming
right.
in to stay alive. And
Oh,
we got pretty high
terrible.
credit card bills. Yeah,
Terrible. So, but
yeah,
then somehow you found us in
yeah. Well,
Shopify
through the
Brand
Shopify
Academy.
Masters. Well, yeah, because I heard Eric and Sabine of One Kid on Shopify Masters,
Yeah,
and he mentioned Susan, and who is this Susan? So I
yeah.
wrote him, and instantly he
Oh,
called me,
funny.
and this is the day I was actually on a bus, and well, he was great. So he emailed and sent me your information. I got on your Shopify Brand Academy, and you're gonna say you twisted my arm, and I don't think so. I was ready just to do whatever it took, and got your 90-day incubator, and really just started binge watching all your programs and all your courses. And people ask, well, what was the turning point? And it's like, I can't put my finger on the one thing. Was just really kind of following your program, traffic boot camp especially. I wasted a lot of money on figuring out Facebook ads before doing a traffic boot camp. And
So what I love about you is though you actually just did the work. You did the hard stuff that a lot of people don't want to do. And so you took that traffic boot camp and I think you've taken a lot of the other trainings and you've actually done what like followed the process. And not all of it works, right? I'm sure. I know from discussing it with you, not everything worked.
no, yeah, well, I mean, it sounds simple now, but putting the Facebook analytics information into a spreadsheet, I deal with spreadsheets all the time. Like, why didn't I do that sooner? There's a lot of things you say that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like,
Because it's
why didn't
simple
I do
stuff
that already?
sometimes. Yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
you
So
have
you
to
give me the
be.
plan.
You
Yeah.
know
And
how you hear about those guys that spend their whole lives on their computers analyzing their Facebook ads? I'm like, who really wants to do that? There's just some simple things that you can do, and it's a lot about paying attention and focus. Would you say?
yeah, well, and I think the key benefit from your program is you tell me what metrics to pay attention to, what not, what
Oh
are good
yeah.
levels and bad levels. So before I had all this information, I was like, well, I got the information. What should I be looking for? And I think that's the strength of your program, was to clarify these are good benchmarks, these are not. And then so then I can figure out winners and losers of efforts. So I got the concept of A and B testing and testing, but it's like, what's good? Well, this one's slightly better than this one because of this, but not because of this. So which one wins? And now I have some pretty clear benchmarks in which I can measure against now.
Perfect. So what's happened since you joined us? And you really, I would say you joined us in maybe late March, early April.
Yeah.
So we're
So
talking maybe just 3 months ago. So tell us what's happened.
yeah. So I did have traffic going on my website, but no sales. So maybe 100, 150 people hit my website, but they weren't buying, which was concerning. So we had like almost zero conversion. And then working through your program, working on the ad sets, and it literally almost did happen overnight. When I tested one video versus another, and I found out my second video wasn't as good as my first video, even though I thought the first video was kind of bad and kind of long and kind of not to the point. But that in the end turned out to be the one that's still going pretty strong right now. And after I built that Facebook pixel up, I was actually on a plane coming back from a work conference, and I thought I was going to do some homework on the plane. I had Wi-Fi issues, but my phone worked. It's like, all right, well, I'll try this Facebook ads app, and I'll try the video conversion. Oh, Susan was talking about she's getting good results on video conversion, so I'll take the same ad set and just change the conversion to video views. And that was kind of bizarre because at that point, during that 9 months, I had sold 9 online. We're staying alive by going to the show with the
9.
sound
Wow.
in person. Yeah, so 9 sales in 9 months wasn't working. And then that morning I woke up and we had that Shopify ka-ching sound woke me up, and I was trying to sleep in after a late flight in. And I was like, what's going on? I looked at 500 visitors and I already sold 4, and it was only like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, something happened here. So I got to my computer and I couldn't figure it out. It's just that ad set for video use using the lookalike audience for 1%. And it's like, oh, okay. And here we go. And then it's kind of continued from there. And we've been holding steady at about averaging 4 to 5 sales per day. Our highest sales was now 11 in one day, which is huge for us
Oh,
because our product is
wow. Expensive.
$100 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it happened just at the right time because our monthly bills were kind of coming in where our insurance bill was due, and my credit card from wasting money on Facebook ads was coming due. And we were having some gut checks about our longevity of this thing here. We knew we had something, but so it all finally clicked. And
Oh, so
uh,
proud of you for really just doing the work, though. Lots of people would have said, "Oh, this doesn't work," and just moved on to the next shiny object. But you really did drill down and find it, and testing the videos, that was all really good too. So that's great. The other thing I want to say is I had a quick look at your Facebook page, and we still talk to you in the inner circle all the time, but I hadn't gone to your page for a while, and you have amazing social proof on there now from all these people that are buying your product. Like lots of
yeah,
great images, and oh, it's so good. Really, and that just fuels what you're doing, doesn't it?
yeah, well, that's a good tip. You told me to stop trying to figure out Instagram, have somebody else do it, and we've actually been fortunate to have somebody else willing to take that on for us.
Great.
So they're taking the photos, and I'm resharing it, and that's been great because I
Oh,
was trying to
good.
figure out. I'm not an Instagrammer, and
Yeah, we
that's
can't
another
be good at
obvious tip.
everything.
Yeah, have somebody else do it if you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, we
yeah.
can't. We found somebody that's willing to do it for fun. Yeah.
You're lucky for fun, but we certainly with Sarah, I was the same. I didn't know how to do Instagram and thought I couldn't take one more thing on. And so we have Sarah, and we pay her, of course, but it's so worth it. The amount of social proof that we've had from that is amazing. So I'm going to ask you one more question, and it's how do you feel about your business today, and what do you see for yourself in the future?
Oh yeah. So yeah, our goals for this wasn't like to replace our day jobs, maybe supplement the income. And I mean, theoretically, everyone sits at night and dreams that this would be the thing. We now kind of think that might be a reality, like maybe 5, 10 years down the road. But yeah, we're working on. We're going to run out of inventory, like you said. Yeah. And, once we realized we were hoping to get to like 1 sale per week and 1 sale per day. Now 5 per day. And I did the math, like, whoa, we're going to run out before we get more inventory in. So we got, since our product is made to our specs, our design, so we just can't, hit the button, hit order. So they always insist on sending you a sample, and we get in the production queue. And then while we're contemplating going big and getting a huge order, and which is, excuse me,
That's
we're
scary
finally,
too, but
oh my gosh, so scary. Once we're finally coming out of a hole, we're like, oh, let's go back in the hole in a big way. So,
that's my
but
life,
we know.
John. I spent my life doing that. Okay, do I order more? But the problem is, and I have the same issue with WeSqueak. My biggest issue is not having enough inventory most of the time. So it's a tough one, but gosh, you've got a lot of proof that you can sell it.
Yeah, and we're hoping that big holiday season coming up. We're going to get restocked in October, so just in time for November and the holidays.
Great.
We're going to get the boxes here. We're going to use, I think, Whiplash 3PL to start shipping our products for us.
Perfect.
That's been actually the toughest part. Well, 5 units per day doesn't sound so bad, except for the day job and the kids. It's like sometimes getting to the post office is tricky, and we found out we take a lot of holidays in the summer.
You do.
So
I've seen it on Facebook.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you know
we
what? I
like to
think we
play.
can do a plan for you to sell 10 a day. I really do.
Yeah,
I think you've just scratched the surface.
I agree, and we've done the market study. It's a very lucrative market. So even though it's a very crowded space, there's definitely a lot more market share we can grab. And
Yeah.
at this point, we're just kind of hanging on until we get more inventory. But I think you could. I plan to do 90-day incubators since we restock and ready to take
Yeah,
next
for
steps.
sure. And then we can ramp up again. Well, listen, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know you're going to inspire people because you've got the classic story of all in, all invested, think you know what you're doing, get a huge rude awakening, and then start thinking, that voice in your head is going, oh, what am I going to do now? I've wasted all this money. I'll be looking at these till I'm, moving to the nursing home. And
Yeah.
how just getting focused, getting the help you need, and like having that support around you helped you figure out how to turn it into cash. And so, wow,
Yeah.
great story.
Even the inner circle, every day I'm on there, I'm just watching, and people are so helpful on that as far as, all
Yeah.
right, well, yeah, it's just great. That's a great
Yeah.
resource to
Yeah,
tap
they
into.
just everybody really cares about their business. It's not just they're not internet marketers. They're real business owners who are building brands. So it's such a great place to be. But listen, thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. I'm sure you've helped a lot of people, even if it's just to give them hope and direction today. So thanks a lot, John.
Oh, thank you.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you back in the group.